I am preparing for the first ever Rocknot sample sale. These are items that I had put upstairs way before I was ever at the warehouse. Boxes and boxes of things that did not make the cut that I am now lugging down box by box. Oh my God, I'm out of breath. This is all stuff that had something wrong with it. So I'm gonna go through and see what works for me to do as a sample sale and what, honestly, I'm just gonna throw away. Even if I'm selling it as a sample, I still want it to be like pretty good. See, like these, I wish I could open the garage for light, but the smoke is so intense. Look at how stiff this is. The original version of the twin that had a different kind of cording in the middle, and it had a hard tube inside that made it really stiff. And they also did the weaving too tight. These things are supposed to all be much closer together, so it's like really malleable. These I don't even think I can sell. This is what the lace used to look like. The hard cording, so dense, so heavy. Look at these clasps are hideous. Like, I just don't even think I can sell these. I never sold those. So basically, I went through every single piece and every single box and took an inventory of everything. Some pieces were things that I had put off to the side in the last year. Tiny defects, things I barely am even noticing right now. Other things are boxes that I had put off to the side, an entire round of production that I basically said, no ma'am, we are not selling these. And I haven't looked at them since that time. Each one of these boxes literally feels like a time capsule of just panic. Like a time capsule of pure anxiety. It is still buzzing with the emotion of that moment when I opened it and was like, oh no, like something's gone terribly wrong. And it is so crazy because at the time that they happened, I did not have as much experience as I have now. Now, I do not feel that same level of panic. And that is in large part because I have my own experience to call back to. Everything is fixable, salvageable, savable, tweakable. You always figure it out. So you don't need to do the whole freaking panic charade because it's all gonna work out. And that's a whole reason why, I know I've said this before and I will say it till I'm blue in the face, that is the big reason why I still am a huge proponent of pay more per piece in order to get fewer pieces because things happen. And when they happen, you've got the ability to invest your time, maybe a little bit more money to save them, or if need be, you can afford to say that's a loss and it's not gonna kill you. And so this is everything that I'm putting on the sample sale. I had boxes of bags. These were bags that were perfect, except for like this tiny bit of hard fusing in the top that was not supposed to be there. Everything else about the bag was great. I had straps where maybe the color was slightly off, or maybe the seam was a little bit larger. It wasn't the exact right length. Random things, I inventoried everything, put it up on the site, and we sent out an email. It's all gone. I could not believe it, you guys. In a matter of days, hundreds and hundreds of pieces were gone. And it literally felt like found money because this was all stuff I had written off as loss. I was just like, well, that's cost of goods. And then all of a sudden, there was this huge boost. It was incredible. I called her about something else and she's like, the sample sale's killing it. And she's like, and we haven't even turned on the ads yet. I was like, what? She's like, this is just from the email we sent to people that have purchased before. Yeah. Incredible.
And all of the names are like
familiar.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh my God, we saw your vlog. We were crying.
With Rousey and
Yes.
I seriously. So I edit like 90% of it, and then I send it to an editor who I used to work with on a TV show. He's awesome. I send it to him to do the like music and text and graphics and transitions and stuff like that. For this, I was like, I cannot edit with Callie. Yeah. I was like, I'm just gonna put stuff in a drive. Can you build that for me? Like, I can't do that. And he was like, yes, of course. So he sent it to me, and I was like, Connor started crying when we watched it. Yeah, it was so like sad. So emotional.
Well, when they met her, like, oh my God, I was like, she's just
too
sweet.
She was too sweet. She came like galloping up to them, like, you know.
Yeah.
It's so fun having them there. I could talk to Sandra like forever. It's just very fun to not be alone in the warehouse. So I'm gonna start actually packing now for a huge gala. Rocknot is doing a table at the Beit T'Shuvah Gala. Now, Beit T'Shuvah is a place that my sister and her husband both got sober at. It is an incredible Jewish faith-based rehab center in LA, but they accept people of all faiths, of all walks of life, like open door policy to anybody in need. It is such an incredible place. They really put this focus back on finding your purpose and supporting that new purpose. And so I'm always super excited if I get to be involved. So they've got this huge gala. They do a big gala every year. And my sister went from being a resident living in Beit T'Shuvah, living in the house, to now their director of development. Like, the big guy in charge. She's in charge of like all of the fundraising, millions and millions and millions of dollars every year, all of the events, all of the donors, all of the initiatives. Like, she is such a powerhouse, and because she came up through it, she has such an intimate knowledge of what it needs, what the residents need, how to speak to donors. Like, it's just in her blood. So it's very, very cool. I'm packing for the event. I'll have a big table. I'll feature a bunch of Rocknot pieces. We'll sell. I'll kick back a big percentage back to Beit T'Shuvah as a donation. So I'm really excited. It's going to be a really fun event. So I went home, I showered, I got ready, and I picked up Lindsay, who saved the day. Sandra was unavailable, so my girlfriend Lindsay was able to help me, and she's an amazing resource. She was a buyer for Lord & Taylor. She was a buyer for the Four Seasons in Maui. She has been an incredible help to me with advice and insight, so it's been amazing. So I was very lucky to have her. We set up the table, and I gotta say, it was actually really stressful because I kind of forgot how much Rocknot has grown since I've last done a pop-up like this. It was a lot more to set up, a lot more SKUs. And one of the things that seems silly, but I forgot, is like, I sell online, so everybody knows what they bought. The tags don't need names and prices. You know what you bought, but in an event like this, they do. So last minute, we were like tagging everything, writing the names, writing the prices. It was a lot, but it all worked out. We got set up. A couple of early birds showed up that actually work with Beit T'Shuvah that wanted to wear items, which was very fun. And then it got going. It's about an hour and a half mad dash. It's an hour and a half cocktail. There's a live auction, all sorts of great things. It was busy. We did a great job. We sold a bunch. People bought tons of phone straps and necklaces and jewelry and purses. It was really cool. They started flashing the lights to get everyone into the room, and everyone moved into the ballroom. I gotta show you some photos of my family though, because like, excusez-moi, these are my parents. Hubba hubba, what a gorgeous couple. Then this is my sister and my parents. They're always so proud of her. This is like her night. She does such an amazing job. That's her awesome husband, Doug. I love him. And her 3 beautiful sons. And that is with Omale and Saba. I miss those pictures because I was still getting everything set up, but this is the event. Look at how beautiful this is. This is at the Beverly Hilton, which is where they do the Golden Globes. There was just under 1,000 people there. It was an amazing, amazing program. I mean, they have beautiful speakers and music and presenters and stories. The most generous people in the room donating it was unreal. It's so epic. Like, it's so beautiful. There are 2 things in every gala that are my favorite moments. They do these beautiful performances. They sing beautiful songs. And then there's always this video that is just perfection. If you have struggled with addiction, if anyone in your family has struggled with addiction, a friend, please watch this. It is such a beautiful representation of the fact that addiction does not have a stereotype. It affects everybody, and it shows the like ups and downs and what it feels like when you start coming out the other side. It is such a video of hope, and I hope that you'll watch it. It's just a couple of minutes. It's really beautiful. It would mean the world to me. Enjoy.
Okay, Christy, let's get into it. Why don't we start with your name?
My name is Christy.
My name is Jesse.
My name is Christopher.
First time being sober?
No.
12 years, 99 sobriety dates, 11 sponsors, 3 rehabs, 2 jails, and about $1 million.
My childhood from the outside seemed really good. I went to a liberal all-girls school in Brentwood.
I always needed a gun. There was a lot of gang activity in my neighborhood.
Both biological mother and father were drug addicts.
All I could envision for myself was playing football in the NFL.
I wanted to be part of the cool crowd.
I was outed by my dad.
Spent about 11 and a half years incarcerated.
I can sit here and say that, that's the reason why I'm a drug addict today, but it's not.
I am a round-the-clock drinker.
Crystal meth was my love.
I was just all over the place and felt so alone. So alone.
Like rock bottom, I was gonna say like which fucking one?
Rock bottom looks like psychosis. Rock bottom looks like
15, 30 milligram oxys a day.
I was drinking, I blacked out, I got hit by a car.
When I got pregnant with my second son, I had already been hospitalized for alcohol withdrawal.
I've been arrested before even that wasn't a wake-up call for me.
Instead of running from the gunshots, we'd run towards them.
You bet I had blown all of my money.
I woke up 3 days later out of a coma, probe in my brain, a central line in, not knowing how I had ended up in that hospital bed.
My children only wanted a present mom. They're innocent bystanders in the chaos of this.
Whoa, how have I fallen so far?
Right before Carrie pulled me out of jail, I saw someone get stabbed in front of my cell, and that was the moment that I decided I don't want to live like this anymore.
And then I got a call from Beit T'Shuvah, and they were like, all right, come on in.
I didn't really know much other than it was a Jewish treatment center.
I get to laugh at Beit T'Shuvah. I get to cry at Beit T'Shuvah. I get to be exactly who I am and be surrounded by nothing but love.
I felt some sort of magic.
Beit T'Shuvah feels like a big ass reset button.
Beit T'Shuvah in itself is a community from people of all different walks of life. Without judgment, you can completely be who you are.
I paid attention during Torah. And I started seeing more of a life. I could see a future.
I was a house monitor at Beit T'Shuvah, which is where people do chores around the house. Oh yeah, I'm wiping down the coffee bar. And then someone goes, hey, the coffee bar looks good today. And just that micro amount, those are the moments that build you the confidence that you need to like become halfway human again.
You're crying about wiping the table down.
It worked though.
What did it do?
It made you realize that you actually could maybe actually do it. Like you actually had a shot. This thing might actually finally work.
I feel seen, I feel heard.
It gave me an opportunity to put up art throughout the facility. And that's my outlet. That's always been my outlet.
I have a passion for things that I have lost.
There's so many doors opening up for me right now. I have so much love in my life. I have so much more to live for now.
I'm not getting sober to just be someone who doesn't get loaded. I'm getting sober so I can give myself a chance to reach for the things that give me purpose.
It's kind of crazy how it works, how this whole thing works. It's kind of nuts. Like it shouldn't make sense, but it just does.
Beit T'Shuvah's my new gang.
There's no place like it. It's very special.
Thank you. We can cut. All right.
Sweet.
Good? Yeah. Nice job. All right, cut it. I appreciate you. Come on up, squash your head.